watchers who didn't get a chance to hear us earlier in the game, could you give us a rundown again of the playoff situation?
Yeah, the rundown here, Mike. Chaos are sitting in the third spot. There's 6 teams that make the playoffs. Right now, they're looking at a possible matchup with the Swarm next week.
Thank you, Sean. So there's a low line drive kick fielded at the 15. He's gonna make a move, another spin up past the 30. He's gonna get knocked down right about the 34-yard line. So a solid return for the Marauders. Let's see where they exactly spot him. Yeah, it looks like right about the 34-yard line. So it's gonna be 1st and 10 for the Marauders there as they begin the second half here on offense. Sean, the defense here for the Chaos, they pitched a shutout in the first half. Do you expect a similar results here in the second half?
Everything points to yes, Mike. You got guys on the outside playing tremendous football, and Marvin Roan Jr., they call him Silk. He's made a name for himself outside today, and they're just doing a really good job of not letting the Marauders get anything going, big chunk plays or anything like that. So, yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to.
Oh, so there's a little confusion there by the Chaos as they had one of their defensive linemen run in late. However, didn't make a difference. Nick Olson did one heck of a thing right there on that play. I'm not sure if you caught that, Sean. Nick is typically the middle linebacker. They were missing the nose tackle or the one technique defensive tackle. He went up there and put his hand on the ground and played that nose right there. So very, very interesting to see your middle linebacker run up and do that, right, Sean?
Mike, that's a leader right there. You see something as a leader on the defensive end. You put your hand in the ground and go get it up front.
Yeah, and like I said, Nick Olson, one heck of a player. He is their defensive leader. That's number 52, middle linebacker. So there's the play. It's going to be a running play up the left side. It looks like the Marauders are going to get that first down. They're going to push it out to the 48-yard line. So that's going to be a good chunk of yardage there on second down for the Marauders as they get their first down of this drive to move the chains. Sean, that play confused the defenders of the Chaos a little bit, huh?
One thing heading into the second half, as well as the first half, the Marauders are doing a very good job up front in the trenches, both on the offense and the defensive side. So the Chaos have to hunker down right now, and hopefully they could stop the run against the Marauders.
Exactly. So they're going to be under center in an I formation. There's a handoff to the running back. He's going to go up the middle. He's going to go past the 45, hit the 40, stiff arm. He's going to be dropped down at the 35-yard line, a little bit short. I'm sorry, the 36-yard line. So that's another big running play there by the Marauders.
Mike, exactly. They're doing a great job opening up holes. Right as you see there in the A gap, B gap, they do a really good job. You could drive a semi-truck through that hole.
Yeah, they did that to begin the first drive that they had in the beginning of the game, but they moved away from that after early when their running back, as we talked about, was a bowling ball and bowling guys over. So it looks like to begin the second half, the Marauders are going back to it. So there's going to be there's no call as there's no contact made by the defensive line there. So there's the snap. It's going to be given to the fullback, the up man. Oh, what a great play right there by Carl Young, number 7, to get into the backfield, make a tackle for a loss. Very well done there, Sean.
Yeah, as we see, he's got his hand in the ground, obviously. Oh, wow. Comes out of the screen. You don't even see him, Mike.
Yeah. Great job there by number 7, Carl Young. He's a 5'9" outside linebacker, 220 pounds from Orr High School. And the note that I have is he is all over the place, and that was sure the case there on that last play. So that's going to bring up a 2nd and 11 for the Marauders as they're breaking the huddle. Let's see what kind of formation they are running as they run basically under center here to begin the second half. So they're going to
I formation.
They're going to go I again with 2 wide receivers on the bottom. They're going to hand off to the back man. He's going to make a big move, number 20. So he's going to get out to about the 28-yard line.
Look at the holes up front, Mike. Those big offensive linemen for the Marauders are doing an outstanding job of giving their running back some holes.
Yeah, so it's going to bring up a 3rd and 1 for the Marauders as they've run the ball very effectively here to begin the second half. So again, they're in the I formation. They're going to give it to the up man, number 22. He's going to make a move. He's going to push it over the Oh, wow. Wow.
They blew
called
the whistle?
They blew the whistle early there, Sean. Oh,
And now they're
there's
gonna
a
call a
flag.
flag on.
There's probably going to be either a delay of game or an unsportsmanlike on the Marauders as the running back spiked the ball after the play was called dead by the officials.
Listen, I understand that penalty right there. I understand that flag, but if you're the official, you can't blow that whistle that quick. I mean, the guy was still moving his feet. No forward progress was stopped, and fortunately for the Chaos, the official decided to call the play dead.
Yeah, I'd have to say that that's a proper statement there, Sean, that the officials were a little bit quick with the whistle there to blow the play dead. As typically they allow the running back, if his feet are still moving, they're going to keep letting them play. And there is a possibility that some of the Chaos defenders, when they heard that whistle, they kind of gave up. They didn't really want to bring him down, as you can conceivably get a personal foul out of that. So let's see what the official is going to call here. They're going to call that the Chaos.
What was the first call?
Well, that was weird. What? I'm not quite sure what happened there, Sean. Did you get a good reading as to what the officials was saying?
I mean, you have to think it was an unsportsmanlike on the Marauders, as the running back spiked the ball on the field there. But
well, they gave him the delay of game, not an unsportsmanlike. But they called a penalty first. They pointed towards the Chaos there for the first penalty. If I'm not mistaken, I guess that should have been offsetting. They're giving a first down.
They're moving the chains.
Yeah, this is weird. Again, the officiating, they've made some very weird calls here this evening.
And they're going to have to discuss this, Mike.
Yeah, I'd have to think so too. That's not a first down. The clock is running, so they're going to have to stop that. They're going to have to put some more time on the clock. I'm not sure the referees are paying attention to that. They're not, as the clock continues to run. They're having some issues, so the Marauders are going to come out, two wide receivers at the top, one at the bottom, with two running backs in the backfield with the quarterback in the shotgun. And there's the snap. He's looking. Pump fakes. He throws behind his intended receiver, who was open, so it's going to be an incomplete pass. That was a first down play for the Marauders. We'll just go with it, Sean. What do you think of that play?
I mean, unfortunately for the Chaos, he didn't connect here. It was behind his man, but look how much space he's got. He might walk into the end zone right there if he gets a good pass.
It looked like the Marauders had probably two guys that were open there, but fortunately for the Chaos, the quarterback couldn't get either one of them the ball. So that's going to bring up a 2nd and 10 from the 29-yard line of the Chaos. As the Marauders look to go, again, they're going to go I formations, two wide receivers to the top of your screen, one on the bottom in the I with the quarterback under the center. There's the snap. He's going to hand it off to the running back. Wow.
Great play.
What a play right there.
Carl
Once
Young
again,
and
Carl Young. Wow, they're not going to call that? That offensive line.
That's okay. He's hyped, but he doesn't realize that the tackle was made in the backfield.
No, and I thought that was a little late. But what a great play again by Carl Young. He's been all over the place here in the second half, Sean, and that's exactly what you want to see out of one of your your outside linebackers.
Yeah, he's flying all over the field right now, sideline to sideline, and he's making some outstanding plays in the backfield so far.
Yeah, really good start here by Carl Young. Let's see if the rest of his defensive teammates pick up the slack. Get a big stop here on this 3rd down and 12 play as the Marauders are just about breaking their huddle. Let's see what kind of formation they've come in. They've mixed it up here in the second half. 3rd and long, you'd figure they're going to go shotgun, which is exactly what they're doing. So they're going to have two wide receivers to the top of your screen, one on the bottom with two running backs, one on each side of the quarterback in the shotgun. There's the snap. He's dropping back. He's surveying. Clean pocket. He's looking down the middle of the field. He's got a man. He's going to make that catch. He's going to be right at the 6-yard line. So that 3rd down play didn't work very well for the Chaos as the Marauders moved the ball into the red zone of the Chaos.
As you see, the linebackers for the Chaos kind of bite up a little bit, and that gives the quarterback and the receiver a little bit of space behind the linebackers and in front of the defensive backs, the safeties, to make a connection.
Yeah, that was number 2 safety Mike Valenti with the coverage. Unfortunately, he couldn't quite get in front of the receiver to knock that up. So that's going to bring it to first and goal from the 6-yard line for the Marauders. 7 minutes and 40 seconds here left in the third quarter. Again, they're going to come out in the I formation, 2 wide receivers to the top. They're going to give it to the up man. He's going to get stopped for a short gain of 1 yard. So that's going to put it at the 5. So again, that's going to be second and goal from the 5-yard line for the Marauders. Sean, what did you think of that play?
That's what we want to see out of the Chaos moving forward up front on the defensive line, Mike. You want to see some penetration up front, good use of hands, separation from the offensive lineman, and then you can make the tackle right on the line of scrimmage or in the backfield.
All right, so just like you said, that defensive line is huge here in the red zone. They have to make plays in order for their teammates to help, to get some help for them. We don't want the Marauders to score here. They love to. The defense wants to see those zeros up on the board under the visitor's name. So they're going to fight here on second and goal from the 5 to keep them out of the end zone, as it is much harder when you get into the red zone to put 6 up. So there's going to be an offset I with the fullback to the right, 2 wide receivers to the top, 1 to the bottom of your screen. There's the snap. There's going to be a fake handoff. He's going to throw it to the right side. He's got his receiver. That's going to be a touchdown for the Marauders. Here on their first drive of the second half, that's going to bring the score to 14-6. Chaos, they're still leading. There's going to be 6 minutes, right about 6 minutes left here at the end of at the middle of the third. I'm sorry, as the Marauders have answered on the first drive of the second half. Sean, that's not what the Chaos wanted to see coming out of the halftime.
No, we've seen quite a turn of events here, Mike, as we've seen the Chaos possibly moving into position to make it a 3-possession game going into halftime, then throwing the interception, now coming out of halftime, giving the Marauders hope, and now it's going to be a 1-possession game moving forward. And you got to think the Chaos defense right now is a little bit tired after that drive.
Yeah, you'd have to think so, and there's the extra point attempt. It's going to be blocked by the Chaos. They're trying to move it around as the ball was caught. They're going to whistle it dead. That's what I thought. Typically, that after it's blocked, it will be whistled dead. So a great job there by the Chaos special teams to block the extra point try, to not let the Marauders get that 7. And we want a special thank out to the Lyle Veterans Memorial. Their goal is to construct a memorial that honors our veterans while at the same time promotes civic pride. The memorial is to honor veterans that have served or are currently serving in any of the 5 branches of the military, and this includes the Army, Navy, Marines, Air Force, and the U.S. Coast Guard. So thank you very much for your help. Of course, thanks to the Lisle Area Chamber of Commerce, the Chicago Eagles, who the Chaos are a feeder program for. Of course, the Tooker flags. Anytime you purchase a authentic flag used here in the GFL, a portion of those proceeds will go to the Chicago Chaos, Rugged Maniac, some of those great courses, fitness courses, Tilted Kilt, go in and have some food, nice view there. On top of that, T's Sandwich Shack. T's typically is here on most of the Chaos games. They are sick. Okay, that makes a lot of sense, as they are like a staple of Chaos games. I was kind of wondering what happened, why their food truck wasn't here today, but apparently the owner is sick, so we wish the owner get well soon. Being sick in the summer, Sean, it's no fun.
Being sick ever, Mike, is no fun.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. But summer is the worst because you don't want to be inside.
Because it's
nice
nice,
out, exactly. I'm a little bit more okay with being sick in the winter because it's cold and gross outside. But
you don't want to leave the house.
You know, on a day like today, it was absolutely gorgeous, and to be sick and to miss out on a great edition of Chaos football, that's unfortunate. But we wish T Sandwich Shack, a quick recovery from their illness. As the Marauders get ready to kick off the ball to the Chaos, as they're getting ready for their first offensive possession of the second half. And here is the kick. It's going to be that's a terrible kick. They got to jump on that. That didn't go 10 yards. Wow, wait, hold on. It didn't go 10 yards.
That was not
No,
planned,
I don't think
Mike.
that was an intentional onside kick. I think that the kicker there for the Marauders just missed that. As we take a look here on the replay, Sean, what'd you see?
A missed kick, Mike. It looked like he just got it off the side of his foot, and fortunately for the Chaos, the Marauders weren't able to take advantage of that.
Right, at first it wasn't bouncing past that 10-yard area to get that onside, and then it continued to move. So as you see, the ball kind of gets knocked around. The Marauders did have a chance to jump on that as it was a live ball, but fortunately for the Chaos, they ended up getting on top of that ball, and they're going to end up with really good field position out of that as they're going to start this drive on the 47-yard line as they're looking to answer after the Marauders took their first drive and punched in for 6.
Let's see if they come out in the bootleg action just like the first half.
Yeah, so they're going to come out, 2 wide receivers on each side. Running back to the left is Suchuk. There's a handoff to the running back. That's Jarrell Johnson Blaylark. He's going to move up. He's going to get maybe a yard on that play as the defensive line for the Marauders made it tough on the offensive lineman of the Chaos to move the ball at all.
Yeah, right there you're just seeing like a read option, and the two outside linebackers in the 3-4 scheme get enough pressure on the outside so Suchuk can't hold it himself. He's got to give it to Blaylark, and the Marauders do a good job defensively of shutting it down.
Yeah, even though that only ended up in a no gain, that probably was the right read as they blitzed. The Marauders blitzed some of their linebackers there to create some havoc on the front of the Chaos. So again, they're going to come out in 2 wide receivers on each side. A running back to the left of Suchuk in the shotgun. There's the snap. Looks like to be another false start, Sean. Unfortunate way to start this drive here for the Chaos.
Mike, too many false starts. This is just unacceptable. As a coach, it drives you crazy. False starts.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, they should have settled down. And again, we talked about the fact that crowd noise is not going to be a factor here at Benedictine University, but I'm not sure what they're doing. If Suchuk's just got a weird cadence, or if they're just getting too antsy, but it's unfortunate for the offense as they're giving free yards to the defense of the Marauders and pushing the offense back. So again, they're going to come out 2 wides on each side, running back to the left of Suchuk in the shotgun. There's the snap. He's looking. He's going to roll to the right. He's going to the left. There's going to be a fumble. Wow, that's going to be picked up by 72 of the Marauders. Moved up to the 12-yard line. Wow, what a terrible turn of events. And Sean, as you mentioned earlier in the pregame when we came on the air, one of your keys to the game was turnovers, and that's the second one given up by Suchuk.
Yeah, they're not winning the turnover battle right now, Mike, and that's just a mistake right there. You can't make that play as a quarterback, I should say. No matter the pressure in your face, you have to get rid of the ball. You have to throw it away. You got to know. You just have to know. You can't make that mistake right there. You go back 15 yards, you fumble the ball. Now you give the Marauders a chance to possibly tie the game coming out into the second half here.
Yeah, that's a rough decision there by Suchuk. You almost have to figure, I'm just going to go down, I'm going to take the sack, I'm going to live to play another day. And even in that case, you have to think if he threw the ball away, and even if he gets intentional grounding, that's better than a turnover too, Sean.
Absolutely, that's better than a turnover. Now, like I said, now you're at the 12-yard line going in from the Marauders. They've been on the field offensively pretty much this whole quarter.
Yep.
So the Chaos defense now has to get back out there.
Yeah, they're probably a little gassed after that first drive, and the offense not really giving them much of a rest there. So up there, it looks like there's some movement on the offensive line for the Marauders. So that's going to push them back 5 yards. So it's going to be a false start there. Look to be the right guard on the offensive line as the quarterback for the Marauders is pointing back at the Chaos, but they stood up to point at one of the Marauders' offensive linemen as they thought he moved early, and then it ultimately ended up as one of them did end up moving. So that's not a good start for the Marauders, but the Chaos will take that 5-yard penalty.
Absolutely. After the turnover, you'll take anything you can. A 5-yard penalty to give the defense just a little bit more time to get their breath out there. Like I said, they were just out there for 8 minutes prior to the turnover, so they got to be a little bit gassed out there right now.
Yeah, you'd have to think so, but now's the time where you step up and make big plays for your teammates. You pick up your quarterback, Suchuk, and try to stop them here. So again, they're going to run the ball up the left side. Oh boy, who is that? Who is that? Once again, Carl Young making a big play from his outside linebacker position. There's a flag on the play, and there's a Chaos player down. That looks like Nick Olson.
That's not good news.
No, not good
for
news
the
at
Chaos,
all. Nick Olson, he's on the ground. He looks like he's in a lot of pain. I think again, one of the Marauders came in with a late hit as that flag came in fairly late after the play ended. Nick is trying to walk it off. He's hobbling. It's going to be, it looks like his right foot, as Nick had an issue a couple weeks ago with his back. He is very angry at this, and I'd have to agree with that also. The Marauders today, unfortunately, have gotten a little bit chippy after the play, and I think this is going to be another 15-yarder, and they might have to think about potentially ejecting somebody from the Marauders side so that this stops happening.
Yeah, I didn't see what happened there, Mike. But we've seen a lot of it going on, like we've seen with the late hit, number 57. I don't know, the officials just seem to not have control right now. They're letting the players talk to them way too much, and not just only the captains. Everybody out there, they should take control of the game right now. They're the officials.
Yeah. Well, let's see what the call is. They're calling that in the Chaos. Oh, I'm not sure if that's the right call.
What was the call?
It looked like a hands to the face. That's what I saw too. But that was the penalty was thrown on the sideline. As they're over there trying to stretch out Nick Olson.
Looks like they're working on
his calf,
his knee, or possibly even his hamstring.
Maybe, yeah. It was definitely something going on with his right leg. So they're gonna. It looks like they're gonna spot the ball. They're gonna move it up to the 7-yard line.
8-yard line.
8-yard line. Not quite sure the referees haven't moved.
Not quite sure the referees have the right spot.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure the referees even know where they are right now.
We are playing football out here.
Yeah, well, I'd hope they knew that, but that again, that call was not so great. So the Marauders are going to be in an I formation. One wide receiver to the bottom of your screen, two at the top. There's a handoff to the running back up the middle. He's going to bowl over. He's not going to get in, but he sure pushed him around. That would be number 11, Christian Grantham. He's a 6', 210-pound safety from Carthage College. He got pushed around there, huh, Sean?
My alma mater there. Went to Carthage myself. Yeah, you know what? You'll take getting run over if he doesn't score a touchdown.
Exactly.
You did your job. You got the guy to the floor.
So
yeah, it doesn't look good, but hey, it's a tackle.
So there they go again. There's a bootleg with the quarterback. He's gonna try to run it in himself. He's gonna be short. He got ended up by Silk Roan Jr. Did a really good job there of cutting
and Louis Nunez as well.
Yeah, cutting the quarterback's legs out from under him here, Sean.
Yeah, Louis Nunez does a great job of running it down to the outside, and Roan again, Mike.
Yeah, he's been
just
all over the
making
place.
plays all over the field tonight.
Yeah, he's had a really good game this evening. Let's hope that he's got a couple extra plays here left in him, as the Marauders had a couple extra yards to get that first down as they started the drive on the 12. So it's going to be 1st and goal from the 1. The Chaos need a huge stop here. They're going to have to do it on 4 downs, as you have to suspect the Marauders are going to go for it on 4th down. So again, they're going to come out in the I-set formation. Quarterback sneak, it looks like he's in. Where's the signal? There's the signal. So the Marauders are going to put another 6 on the board. It's going to be 14-12. The Chaos are still up, so the Marauders are going to have to get this 2-point conversion in order to tie the game.
Now the Chaos are in a dogfight, Mike.
Yeah, it's unfortunate as they played a very solid first half, but the beginning of this second half, they really haven't come out with the fire that they needed to close the game out here in the second half. So the Marauders continue to fight here at the beginning of the second half, and they are going to have an opportunity right here to tie the game. Sean, what do you expect to see out of the Marauders here for this two-point conversion?
I'm not sure, Mike. After seeing that last play, you got to figure that they might move the quarterback, get him out to the outside, just like Suchuk's done with Chaos, a little bootleg action or something like that.
Well, I have a feeling that if they're gonna come out in this strong I formation, is what it looks like. I have a feeling that they're gonna try to pound the ball in with one of their running backs, as number 20 has been a bowling ball this afternoon. So again, I formation. Oh wow, there's a huge hit there. Oh my goodness!
Did he bring that in?
Did he catch that? I haven't seen a signal
There,
yet.
Yep.
There was a signal. Okay, I didn't see that.
Wow.
So wow, that
that
play is
Carl Young
unfortunate. That
again
was Carl
in the
Young
backfield?
who ended up hitting the quarterback for the Marauders, but great effort there. Unfortunately, it got popped up there by Quinnell Johnson. And what I mean, look, that's some great concentration by the Marauders wide receiver there. He got both feet in. I mean, that's just an unfortunate bounce there by the Chaos, as the Marauders have tied up this game with 2:45 left in the third quarter. Sean, how did the Chaos turn this thing around and get some offense going, as they have struggled here towards the end of the first half and the beginning of the second half?
Well, what they need to do is get some rhythm on offense. They need to get a couple first downs, give their defense some time to rest. Obviously, they've been on the field this whole third quarter, other than about a minute of it.
Probably less than a minute, Sean.
Prior than the turnover, so they got to string some first downs together and give the defense a little bit of rest here.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. It didn't help that the defense had to protect a short field. A valiant effort by them. They almost had it. A weird officiating call there when exactly when Nick Olson comes off on an injury, when it looks like he got hit late. They ended up calling a penalty, an illegal hands to the face on the Chaos, which gave the Marauders an extra 5 yards. They just need to have a clean drive, no penalties, and just start to move the ball, do what they were doing in the first half. So it looks like on the sideline, Nick Olson is walking around, so that is a very good sign. He's not favoring that leg too much, so you'd have to expect that he might come out. And there's a kick, much better one. It's going to be a low line drive, fielded at the 15-yard line. It's going to be by James Former. He's going to cut up the middle. He's going to hit the 30, brought down right at about the 39, 40-yard line. So that's going to be about a 30-yard return there by Former. A great return there, as we talked about earlier, Sean. James Former is a special teams demon, and that's why he's back there fielding those kickoffs.
Absolutely, Mike. You see the effect he can make on a game as a return man with his shiftiness, his speed, and he gives the Chaos great field position going in here with 2:36 left in the third quarter.
Yeah, so let's see if the Chaos can right the ship here on this drive, start moving the ball, and answer as the Marauders put up 14 points here in the third quarter, and there's still, like you said, a minute and 50 seconds left in the third. There's the shotgun snap. It's going to be a handoff. No, that's going to be kept by Suchuk on the left side. That's a great fake right there, Sean. He faked me out. He's going to get about 6 yards, and there's a late flag that's going to come in right at about the 42-yard line. Wow, they're going to get a hold on the Chaos there.
The Chaos are not looking good right now. Heading into halftime with the turnover, coming out of halftime with the turnover. Now it's a tie game. This is a big possession right here if you're the Chaos. You get great field position from James Former coming out of the special teams. And now you put yourself in another hole with another penalty.
Yeah, the penalties really have hurt the Chaos today on both sides of the ball, offensively and defensively. So this is going to push the ball back 10 more yards. It's going to be a 1st and 20 for the Chaos. Ball's going to be spotted at the 30-yard line. So that quarterback keeper by Suchuk goes for nothing, as he probably gained about 6 to 7 yards on that first down play. But with that penalty, it's going to push him back 10 yards from the original line of scrimmage at the 40 to the 30 at the current moment. So they're going to break the huddle. They're going to have two wide receivers on each side. So they're in their base formation. They're going to run back to the left of Suchuk. They actually have a motioning running back wide receiver into the backfield. There's going to be a handoff to Jarrell Johnson-Blaylark. He's going to take it up 5 yards, as that's not the worst play call there on 1st and 20, Sean, but they couldn't quite get back to the original line of scrimmage.
No, I like the run right there, Mike. Right now, after the penalty, you don't want to take too much of a risk, because right now you're in your own zone. And if you give another turnover to the Marauders right now, you're possibly looking at a collapse.
Yeah, and that's not what they want. They want to have some momentum going into next week, as they're going to get to the first week of the playoffs. So again, they're going to come out in their base set, two wide receivers on each side, running back to the left of Suchuk in the shotgun. There's the snap as he's surveying the field. Clean pocket. He's going to throw to the right side. He's got Brockman. Unfortunately for Brockman, that was thrown a little bit out of his reach, which you really, unfortunately, you can't say that very often, but that one there, Sean, wasn't quite there.
Like, I think he just kind of wanted to go to Brockman right there. As you see, there's 3 defenders in Brockman's vicinity, which is common along this league because Brockman's such a big target. But if you're Suchuk, you got to look in a different direction there.
Yeah, it might have been that he was looking first to the left and had already made his decision before, especially when he comes to the right, to kind of look off some of the DBs. But on this 3rd and 15, you have to wonder what kind of play they're going to run. If they get a solid chunk of yardage, I'm not sure if they go for it on 4th down, just because of the fact that the defense has been out on the field a lot here to start the second half. So again, 2 wide receivers on each side, running back to the right of Suchuk in the shotgun. There's the snap. He's looking to the left. He's going to throw left. He's got a receiver over the 50-yard line. That's going to be a first down there. He's going to move it back to the 45. He's fighting. He's going to be wrapped down at the 44-yard line. So again, big play right there.
As one of the Marauders defenders takes the ball into the end zone there.
Yeah, that's going to be...
The ball was ruled down.
Yeah, the ball was ruled down. That's going to be Deshaun Sutton with the big catch right there, number 23. He's a 5'7", 150-pound wide receiver from Lake Park High School. So good job there by Sutton to create some space and get that 3rd and 15 for the Chaos to convert it and even get some extra yardage. They got about 21 yards on that play, so really good job there done by Sutton.
Huge play for the Chaos. We said it before this drive started. They need to string a few first downs together, and that's one right there. So let's see a couple more, and possibly, you can pick up a 3 here and possibly get into the end zone, go up 6.
That's really weird. They had spotted the ball in the 44. Now they're moving it back to the 45, Sean.
Doesn't surprise me.
No,
at this point,
not
Mike.
at all. So again, 2 wide receivers on each side. A running back to the right of Suchuk in the shotgun. There's a snap. It's a fumble. Uh-oh.
And that's
Wow.
another turnover, Mike.
Wow, there's a scrum.
That's
The
3.
referees are pointing that the Marauders have recovered the fumble on the 47-yard line. Wow.
That's going to be the end of the...
That looks like it's going to be the end of the 3rd quarter. And the Chaos would like to forget that 3rd
Mike,
quarter there,
Mike,
huh,
just
Sean?
take a look at the body language out there right now for both teams.
Yeah,
The
look,
Marauders look like they're in the game right now. The momentum has totally swung in their favor, and the Chaos look just absolutely shocked.
yeah, it's unfortunate for the Chaos as they played a very good football game in the first half. I'm not sure what happened between halves as they've just come out and not performed to their level here at the second half. It's time to get rugged. Make sure you use your promo code CHAOS to get $10 off your next Rugged Maniac run. So if you get a chance, go do a little Rugged Maniac run. Sounds like a fun time. We see some of their promos. It looks difficult. I'm not sure if I'd want to try it. Also, if you get
Mike,
a chance.
You know how I like running.
Yeah, I know.
So running through major
not very much.
obstacles.
So definitely check out if you need some fence or supplies. Go to Driven, give them a call. If you need your carpets cleaned, Star Cleaners, a great something over there. Again, Tooker Flags, as they will help with some donations to Chaos if you go there. So again, first down play, I formation, hand to the running back for the Marauders. He's going to move the ball up about 7 yards, and you can see their sideline shot. Just as you said a few seconds ago, they are in the game, whereas the Chaos sideline, they're kind of slumping their shoulders. They're kind of not admitting defeat, but
there's a lot of guys sitting on the bench
but
right now. On
mentally
the
potentially defeated right now. They're not very happy with what's going on. They've had 3 straight drives resulting in not so good results there with turnovers. So they need to clean some stuff up on the offensive side. So again, running back in the I formation, there's a handoff to the left side of the line. Running back's going to get about 3 yards there. So it's going to bring up a 3rd and manageable for the Marauders.
Now, if you're the Marauders right here, Mike,
3rd and about a yard and a half there.
you gotta have confidence enough to just pound the ball.
Actually, again, they're spotting the ball back as opposed to where the
original spot was?
Yeah, so it's going to be closer to the 45.5-yard line.
I think they're guessing out there.
I'm not sure what's really going on. Okay, so there's the next play. It's going to be a run to the right side. He's going to push through for a first down, so that's going to move the chains again for the Marauders. Here early in the 4th quarter, as the Chaos defense needs a big stop here, Sean. They need to do something here to get off the field and get their offense back out there to get a rhythm again. Their offense has lost their rhythm, and they haven't played very well towards the end of the first half, and of course in that 3rd quarter it was atrocious.
Absolutely, Mike. As we see it here, the Marauders are taking their time. They're using the clock to their advantage, and it looks like they're just going to be content with running the ball up the middle against the Chaos right now, which their defensive line is not holding up. Unfortunately, Nick Olson is back in the game. If you haven't seen it, so
yeah, that is a
keep
good
an eye on Nick.
That is a good sight to see, as we did say that he did look like he was getting ready to come back out the field. So good, and it does look like one of the Marauders has gone off the field to an injury. So again, they're going to come out in the I formation. 2 wide receivers to the bottom of your screen. 1 on the top as quarterback tells the fullback what's going on. As the Chaos look like they're going to blitz. There's a handoff to the running back on the left side. He's going to try to get outside the tackle box. Another good job there.
Guess who?
Again.
Carl Young.
Yeah, that's Carl Young, and he's been all over the place. He's had a really great game here this evening for the Chaos. Bunch of tackles for loss. He's making big plays when they need to. So he's stepped up here. He's going to have some of his buddies step up also, right, Sean?
Exactly, Mike. You have to wonder where the Chaos would be right now in this game without Carl Young and Marvin Silk Roan playing as well as they have tonight.
Yeah, they've both played a really good game here this evening. As the Marauders get ready for this 2nd down play, again, 2 wide receivers to the bottom in I formation with a receiver on the top, quarterback under center. There's the snap. He's going to fake it to the running back. There's number 99 with some big pressure. He's going to tip the ball. That was Adam Nelson with the pressure on the quarterback. So the quarterback for the Marauders is slow to get up. Number 99, Adam Nelson, came off that corner and just attacked the quarterback. It does look like the quarterback's on a knee. I don't think he's going to be able to. I think either they're going to have to call a timeout, or he's not going to be able to play the 3rd down this next play, because he's going to have to come off at least one play for an injury, right, Sean?
It seems like that. I mean, both coaches are in the middle of the field right now, Mike.
They
I'm
are,
very
yeah.
confused. Was there a timeout called?
No, I don't believe so. Mike Melody, the head coach for the Chicago Chaos,
The clock has stopped.
past midfield. He's walking all the way out to the Marauders bench. He might be over there checking on their injured player. I'm not exactly sure. Looks like the Marauders coach now is going with Melody to take a look. Actually, I don't think that was Mike Melody. It might have been.
Quarterback stays in
might
the
have been
game
Rick
here.
Sizemore. Yeah. So the quarterback's going to stay in the game. They're going to be in a shotgun. 2 wide receivers on each side. A running back to the right of him on this 3rd and 6th play from the 33-yard line. So there's the snap. He's going to throw over the middle. Almost intercepted. It's going to be caught. Oh, wow. Wow. That's a terrible call.
Wait,
He wasn't touched. They
There's no-
play
yeah.
NFL rules, Sean. So he was pushed down. That's a bad call there. on Quinnell Johnson, the defensive back, number 21. Again,
Take a look at this. When he's down on the ground, he lets him get up so he could. And
that's a bad call.
Oh, that's just. We've seen plenty of horrible calls today. Mike.
Wow. Well, Carl Young is walking off the field. He's not very happy with the officiating. He's got his helmet off. He's shaking his head. He's angry about this, as he should be. Let's see. Wow. They're going to call a personal foul there on Quinnell Johnson, but I'll tell you what, that penalty, that's a football play. He had not given himself up. He got up and started to make a move, and they play NFL rules here in the GFL with that one, so he's got to be touched down. He was not touched, and Quinnell Johnson did what he's supposed to do, and he got him down. So unfortunately, a bad call there for the Chaos. Gives the Marauders a first down on their play. They're going to do a little fake jet sweep. They're going to hand off to the running back. There's going to be another flag. That's going to be in the vicinity of holding. I think this one's going to come back, Sean.
It would look that way, Mike. Taking a look in.
Yeah, right there you can see that one of the offensive linemen looked like they tackled one of the defense linemen for the Chaos. So like I said, they're going to push them back 10 yards there on that play, as the offensive lineman for the Marauders is going to get caught for holding.
That might have been a little makeup play there, a makeup call, Mike.
Yeah, potentially, but I'll tell you what, I'd rather them just not call it than have a makeup call.
I mean, I'm having trouble figuring out what they're calling out there.
Well, then they're going to have to give them a false start because they got 15 yards of personal foul, so they owe them 5 yards, right, Sean?
The officials just seem to not have it together tonight.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, too, as some of these penalties have loomed large here for both teams. So, again, the Marauders are going to come out, 2 wide receivers on each side, a running back to the right of the quarterback in the shotgun. There's the snap. He's going to pump fake, throw to the right side. He's got a man over there. He's going to be throwing short.
Oh,
wow.
My.
He's going to end up with the ball. Again, that's Silk Roan over there. I thought Silk had a solid shot at getting that. Unfortunately, their wide receiver, as you look on the replay, just jumped over him and snatched it from him.
It's the same guy that made that one-handed catch in the back of the end zone there. And we've talked about the game that Marvin has played. He's played outstanding, and just unfortunate that he couldn't
make
bat that
play.
ball
Yeah,
down.
that is unfortunate, as he has had a really good game. At the end of the day, it is going to go against him, as the wide receiver for the Marauders did score that one on him, but again, you can't fault him for that, as he was in the proper positioning. That's just a really good play by the wide receiver for the Marauders to haul that touchdown pass in. Gives the Marauders a 20-14 lead with 9 minutes 50 seconds left here in the fourth quarter at Benedictine University. The Chaos, they're going to have to fix something on the offensive side for themselves in order to get back in the game. They have plenty of time, Sean, to do that, but their last 3 drives, just not good. Questionable calls and questionable decisions made by Suchuk.
Absolutely, Mike, and some of it has to do with the protection early on. He wasn't getting it, and that internal clock for Suchuk has been going. He's trying to do too much out there, and we've seen it backfire on 3 turnovers, Mike. We talked about it pre-game, keys to the game. Win the turnover battle was one of them. They have not won the turnover battle. Obviously, they're -3 in the turnover battle. Right now, they're down 20-14. They're up 14-0 with 2 minutes to go in halftime before they threw that interception. So it's just a huge turn of events. The momentum has swung solely in the favor of the Marauders right now. The Chaos have to they have to get a spark from someone. Just one play to get something going, a spark play, and hopefully they could do that, with my guy, James Former, going into the special teams play and the kickoff return heading up here pretty soon.
Yeah, I'd agree with you, but this play is very, very large here, as it looks like the Marauders are going to go for it for 2. They have a weird formation going on. It's going to be a direct snap to number 1, and the Chaos are going to stop it. So that's going to be a huge play right there, Sean. as the lead won't go to 8. It'll stay at 6. So a touchdown will tie the game for the Chaos, and an extra point or a 2-point conversion will give them the lead. Sean, what do you think about that play call there by the Marauders?
I'm not sure I like it. I'm not sure they like it after the result of the play, but great job by the Chaos. Hopefully that could be that spark play that we just talked about to get them going and possibly get James Former going here on the kickoff return.
Yeah, we'd love to see number 6 do something with the ball here, as he's electric on special teams. You have to think that they know that, and they're probably going to kick the ball away from him. Let's see if the Chaos can do something to get him the ball, regardless of them trying to kick it away from him.
Right, Mike. If you're the Chaos, I would like to see him, possibly as the only man deep.
Yeah, well, they do have 2 guys back there, which is very, very typical that you can see for most special teams. That would be, Former's going to be further on your screen. He's going to be the one at the top. Looks like they've got number 23, Deshaun Sutton, back there with him. So one of these electric wide receivers is going to get the ball here with the opportunity to do something, as they need a spark here. It doesn't matter how they get it, special teams, defensively, offensively. The Chaos needs some sort of momentum play for them to get their heads back in the game, because I think that's part of it right now. Mentally, they're kind of out of it.
It's got to be something like it. It could be a big hit, It could be a big block that gets the sideline going, that gets the crowd going a little bit, to get the momentum back in the favor of the Chaos. That's all it has to be. It doesn't have to be a huge play, but it will help if James Former can get one right here.
Yeah, it'll be big time if Former can, or if Sutton can do it. Either one, we'll take it. We want to see a big play there on special teams by the Chaos. So the up men have to be ready. The kicker for the Marauders has already shanked one, so they have to be ready for another one. And there's the kick. It's going to be a short end-over-end kick. It bounces at the 20, so Former is going to get it. He's going to pass the 30. There he goes to the 40. He's going to hit the outside. Oh, wow. That's a big-time tackle by number 5 of the Marauders, as Former took the ball out to the 46-yard line. So just as we talked about, Sean, look at James Former making some moves on that kickoff.
Absolutely. Again, he gives them great field position. Now the Chaos have to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they do. They've had some solid field position here to start some of their drives. Unfortunately for the Chaos, really since that first quarter, they haven't really cashed it in. So let's see the kind of adjustments that the offense is going to make here to begin this crucial drive in the fourth quarter, with about 10 minutes and 25 seconds left to go.
Mike, the Chaos haven't punted or scored a touchdown or a field goal since the first half, so we've seen a lot of turnovers the last few possessions for the Chaos.
Right, so the Chaos is going to come out, 2 wide receivers on each side, running back to the right of Suchuk. There's a shotgun snap. He's going to roll to the right, planting, throwing over the middle. He's got his man Brockman. He's going to take it over to the 35-yard line, so that's going to push the chains. It's going to move them. So that's a big-time pass right there by Suchuk to Brockman.
Sorry to interrupt there. If you're the Chaos, I would have to think about going in a hurry up right now.
I kind of think so too. I like where you're coming from there, and it does look like they're reading the same thing, as the offensive line has already gotten to the ball. They're set. So again, 2 wide receivers on each side, a running back to the right of Suchuk in the shotgun. There's the snap. He's looking. He's clean pocket. He's going to take off running up the middle. He's going to make a move. He's going to pass the 30-yard line, get down to about the 28. No, looks like they're going to spot him at the 29-yard line. So good job there by Suchuk. Sean, I see you moving your hand as if you want them to keep going, but it looks like they're gonna quit. They're gonna do a quick huddle. Yep, a quick little huddle, just like you were asking for, Sean. So I like the pace that they're running right now. That's exactly what you want. So again, 2 wide receivers on each side, a running back to the left of Suchuk in the shotgun. There's the snap. It's going to be low. He's going to fake the handoff. He's going to run to the left side, past the 30, to the 25. He's going to get the first down. He's going to be wrangled down right at about the 21-yard line. So it's going to move the chains once again for the Chaos. Sean, you got to like the fact that they're getting up to the line and going quick.
Absolutely. And as we see another guy down here for the Marauders.
Oh, yeah. It looks like one of their defensive linemen.
This hurry up right now is doing a great job, because We've talked about the size up front on the defensive end for the Marauders, and they're massive men. So you get them going a little bit. You get the hands on the hip, you get them tired, and it opens up those lanes for Suchek. As we see, they're not getting enough. They're not getting as much pressure as they were early on.
Right, I have to agree with that, Sean. When you go a little bit hurry up, now this isn't like a traditional hurry up where they're just getting to the line. They're doing a mini huddle, but they're breaking the huddle fast and getting to the line fast. So it's a little wrinkle that you like what they're doing, especially as you said, it gets their defensive line tired. They can't quite do what they were doing previously in the game. So well done there by the offensive coaches there to put a little pressure there on the defense for the Marauders, but we'd like to thank the Lisle Veterans Memorial. Their goal is to construct a memorial that honors our veterans while at the same time promotes civic pride. The memorial is to honor veterans that have served or are currently serving in any of the 5 branches of the military. And this includes the Army, Navy, Marines, Air Force, and U.S. Coast Guard. So thank you all of you for your service here at this great country. As it looks like the Marauders player is not going to be able to leave on his own power. Sean, it looks like a right leg injury, as we can't quite speculate what's going on, but he's having a rough time getting off the field. So this could loom large for the defense for the Marauders, as their defensive tackles really have done a good job of holding the point of attack on the offense against the Chaos's offensive line.
Yeah, absolutely. This might be huge for the Chaos there. You bring in the backup. This guy, 72, has been huge all game in the middle on the defensive line. It looks like he's looking at a foot issue, an ankle issue. He's not putting a lot of weight on that, so hopefully he's okay. But right now, like again, I gotta think they keep it in that hurry up mode to take advantage of the conditioning of the defensive line right now.
Exactly. So a little over 8 minutes left here in the fourth quarter. So again, 2 wide receivers on each side, running back in the shotgun with Suchek. There's a handoff to the running back. That's Nate Camo, and there's a flag. Hold on. One of the referees has got the flag. He's coming out with it. Sean, you saw it. That was a face mask on Nate Camo. So a nice run there by Nate Camo to get about 12, 14 yards. As we look on the replay, let's take a look and see if we can find that face mask. And there it is, Sean. That's a good call there, buddy.
Well, hey, thanks. I got good eyes, Mike.
Well done. So they're gonna give. It's not gonna be 15, as they are in the red zone. It's gonna be half the distance. Let's see where they end up spotting the ball. Looks like on the 4-yard line. So the Chaos are gonna have first and goal from the 4 with about 7 minutes. 8:47 is what we see here. They're going to break the huddle. Let's see what kind of formation they're going to run. Looks like they're going to have trips to the top of your screen. Solo wide receiver down there. That's number 5, Donnell Salas. On the bottom of your screen with the running back. Looks like Nate Camo in the backfield with them. They're going to whistle that one dead. There's going to be a flag on the play. That might have been a false start on the Chaos. So again, Sean, penalties are killing them.
False start, Mike. I don't know how many that is right now. About 10, probably.
Yeah, too many.
You're looking at over 100 yards of penalties, possibly, just from the Chaos tonight.
Yeah, that's not what you want. You don't want to give your opponent free yards, and a lot of free yards on top of that. So the Chaos do need to punch it in here to tie up the game, as they are currently down 20-14 with right about 7 minutes left to go here in the fourth quarter of the final regular season game for both teams. They're going to break the huddle. Again, they're not doing that semi-quick rush up there, which they were doing, which was effective. So 2 wide receivers on each side. Running back to the left of Suchek. Hand off to the running back. He's not going to get much. There's going to be another flag on the play. And my guess is where that is. That's going to be another hold. Oh, man. So he's going to put it back on the 11-yard line. Let's see what the official call is, though. And again, there's the hold. Wow. So again, the Chaos aren't helping themselves. They got into the red zone, and first and goal from the 4, and 2 penalties later, Sean, it's just not looking good for them.
Right, they do a great job with the return. Former gets them great field position. They do a great job of getting down into the red zone, and here we go, Mike. Two penalties in a row.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. They've played a sloppy game here this evening. I think that by this time in the season that all those things would have been cleaned up. They would have worked on enough things to not have silly penalties like they've had all evening. So they're going to have to shore this up here. They're also going to have to punch the ball in here to even the score. So let's see what kind of play call they're running. It looks like they're going to come out 3 trips again, 3 wide receivers down to the bottom of your screen. Matt Brockman is going to be soloed on the top with a running back, C.J. Young in the backfield. There's going to be a handoff, fake handoff. Suchuk's going to take it to the right side. He's going to run up. He's going to get to about the 16-yard line. So he's going to get about 5 yards there on the quarterback run. So it's going to be a 2nd and goal from the 16-yard line. Sean, what do you think of that play?
The center's got to get the snap up, Mike. We've seen it all night long. Suchuk's been picking up the ball off the ground. They got to get him. They got to get him the ball in a better position to make a decision. You know, to bring the ball up from his feet to a handoff position is kind of difficult if you're a quarterback.
Yeah, it's making things a lot more difficult for Suchuk as the rhythm of the play is completely thrown off by bad snaps. So again, 2 wide receivers on each side. That's C.J. Young to the right of Suchuk in the shotgun. There's the snap. He's looking to the left. He's throwing. That's going to be a short throw. I don't know. Suchuk's body language to me, he looks angry, but that was not the best throw there.
It might have. There might have been miscommunication right there
On the route, potentially.
Yeah, it looks like Suchuk is looking for a little bit something different than he was given with Salas there.
Yeah, it looks like Salas ran a curl route, and I think Suchuk wanted Salas to run an out route there, about a 10-yard out, so the communication there wasn't proper. That's going to bring up a 3rd and goal from the 16-yard line. So the Chaos have some work cut out for them here in the next 2 plays. Ideally, they'd like to get a solid chunk here back, put them within a few yards of the goal line. Let's see what ends up happening here. So they're going to break the huddle. Once again, they're going to go 2 wides on each side with a running back, C.J. Young, to the right of Suchuk in the shotgun. There's the snap. He's going to drop back. Clean pocket. He's going to throw. Oh, wow. He had Brockman open, but he overthrew him. So that's going to bring up a 4th and goal from the 15-yard line.
Brockman does a great job of separating himself and putting him in his position where, you know, if Suchuk gets a good ball on it, that's a touchdown.
Yeah, you know, the timing was a little bit off there. I believe if Suchuk had waited just a half a second longer and he throws the ball in the same spot, that's potentially a touchdown for Brockman. So unfortunate turn of events there as the pass was incomplete. So it's going to bring up a 4th and goal from the 16-yard line for the Chaos here with 4 minutes and 38 seconds left as the clock is not in their favor. So they need a touchdown here big time.
This would be huge if he had a great field goal kicker.
Yeah, so again, 2 wide receivers on each side, running back to the right of Suchuk. He's going to drop back. He's going to throw. He's got Brockman.
And he dropped it.
He dropped it. Wow,
Same
right
play.
through his hands. That was right there. You can't ask for a better ball thrown by Suchuk. You wish that Brockman had a chance to haul it in, though.
They run the same exact play. Brockman does a great job of getting open again. Suchuk puts it on him this time, and Brockman can't hang on.
Well, there's some silver lining associated with that right there. There's still time on the clock. It's going to read right about 4 minutes and 42 seconds as we're going to correct our clock over here. The defense here, Sean, they're going to have to get a big stop. They'd love a turnover, potentially a pick 6 to get on the scoreboard. They need a stop regardless of whatever happens, though.
Yeah, you got to think the Marauders are going to come out and run the football here.
Yeah, as they have run very effectively here in the second half. So it looks like they're going to come out in that I formation. Two wide receivers to the bottom of your screen, one to the top, fullback and a running back with the quarterback under center. Here is there's going to be a false start by the offensive line. That's number 76, the right offensive tackle for the Marauders. So that's going to push him back 5 yards.
It looks like he was yelling at the quarterback.
Because he thought that he should have called the
You're the
for
only
the
one.
snap, but
You're the only one that went offside.
Yeah,
I don't think it's the quarterback's fault.
no, that's not the quarterback's fault right there. That's the offensive lineman's fault. So that's going to push him back 5. So that's a good start for the Chaos defense here to begin this drive, as they need to make a huge play here late in the game. If they don't do something here soon, they're going to go home losers, unhappy, and that's not what we want to see here this evening. We want the defense to step up and make a big play here late in this game. So the Marauders have come out of the huddle. They're going to be in a shotgun. There's two wide receivers on the bottom of your screen, one on the top, two running backs, one on each side of the quarterback. There's the shotgun. There's the pass to the left side. It's going to be incomplete. That was a duck thrown by the quarterback there. The running back out of the backfield had no chance, Sean.
Looked like he was trying to set up a little screen or a swing pass of some sort, and running back just didn't get out there quick enough.
Right, so even better for the Chaos. It is 3rd and long, and the clock is not moving. I'm sorry, that's 2nd and long, as the one play was the penalty.
We're skipping plays.
Yeah, we're skipping plays. You might as well put a zebra suit on me right now. I'm not quite sure what I'm doing either. Anyways, looks like it's, yeah, right? 2nd and 15 for the Marauders from the 11-yard line. There's the snap. There's going to be a handoff to the running back. He's going to get hit. He's going to try to get it out there to the 15-yard line. So it looks like they're going to bring up a 3rd down here. One of the Chaos defenders, looks like number 98. He's having a tough time getting off the field there.
I don't have a 98.
I don't. That might have been 99 Adam Nelson then.
Oh, Nelson's out there, Mike.
All right, well, I'm not sure then who that was that came off, but one of the defenders for the Chaos did come off on that play. Let's see if they can make this really, really big stop here on 3rd and about 11 yards. So the Marauders are going to come out in the shotgun, a wide receiver, two wide receivers on each side, running back to the right side of the quarterback. There's the snap. He's going to get a little pressure. He's going to throw out to the right side. That's going to be an incomplete pass. So the Chaos did exactly what they needed to do. They got a 3 and out here. So the Marauders have to punt here, Sean. They're not going to give the ball up to the Chaos basically in the red zone already. And they've had some issues with their punter today anyways. So you have to like the fact that the Chaos got a big stop, and they're going to get the ball back with pretty decent field position.
Oh, they're going to have great field position. You see number 6 out there, standing right around the 50-yard line. So if he gets the ball with any kind of space, look out.
Yeah, we'd love to see a short one. He can come up to grab it, get his momentum going. Hopefully we can see James Former taking it to the house, as we talked about in the pregame. That was one of the keys to the game, was Former being special. So let's see what happens here. There's the snap. Oh, it's going to be a fake. He's going to look. He's looking to run. Is he going to get there?
Oh,
no,
man.
he is not. He's going to get back to the original. Oh, no.
No! What's the flag
Wow,
for?
they called a flag there. That's
For
on,
what?
I'm not sure. That was on Carl Young. I'm not sure why they called the flag. I have absolutely no idea. That a chop block would have to be initiated by an offensive lineman and then go under. Let's take a look at the replay here and see where that penalty was going to be called. Wow.
That's a tackle.
That's a tackle. That's not a penalty. I have absolutely no idea.
I think they waved it off.
They should, because that is a football play. There's nothing bad or wrong about that.
They did not wave it off. Wow. I can't believe some
Well,
of these
the
calls
offense,
tonight, Mike.
the offense is coming back out. It doesn't look like. I have absolutely no idea what that was. Right, they gave him 15 yards. That is, it's a questionable call. I have absolutely no idea what went on
no,
there.
no.
Yeah, Suchuk's
Wait,
out
what's
there.
the call?
Suchuk's out there with his offensive teammates.
And the Chaos have the ball at the 30 going in.
Exactly. So that.
So that he was tackled back at about the 20.
No,
am I
he was
wrong?
tackled at the 15, Sean. Look, take a look at the replay. But they called a 15-yard penalty on what, though? That's what I don't understand. It's just the officiating tonight, not as crisp as it has been. So again, they're going to come out, two wide receivers on each side, right back to the left of Suchuk. It's going to be a low snap. He's got a man wide open. That's number 5, Donnell Salas, with a big Chaos touchdown to tie the game.
Right off the right out of the gate, Mike. There was no one around him.
Nobody. That's a broken coverage right there by the Marauders. So again, as you can see, the DB for the Marauders is about 5 yards behind Salas as he breaks back over there on the left side, gets in for 6. Let's see what the Chaos do here.
Looks like they're going for 2.
Yeah, it does look like they're going for 2. I don't mind this decision. Sean, what do you think about this decision?
I mean, why not at this point, right? If you can't trust your kicker to make an extra point, then you got to throw out.
You got to go for 2, right?
You got to give the ball.
Well,
you, put the ball in
you know, if
Suchuk's
you,
hands here.
I'm sure a lot of coaches would look at their chart and say this says go for the extra point, because even a 2-point conversion, if they hit a field goal, they still win the game.
Right. It's just right now. It's just a matter of them not trusting their kicker.
Exactly. They don't have a lot of trust in Kozlowski, so it does look like Suchuk and the offense are going to come out. So again, trips to the top, one right receiver to the bottom. There's the shotgun snap. He's going to look to the right side. He's going to throw it. It's going to be incomplete. Wow. And that's going to keep the game tied. As I thought that they might have well just gone after that kick, give Kozlowski a chance. And again, that's a bad throw by Suchuk.
He had his man open.
And I'll tell you what, Sean, you mentioned it earlier in the broadcast. The snaps from the center haven't been crisp. And on that play, that one bounced to Suchuk, which probably messed up a little bit with his timing.
You know what? We've seen it the whole game. The whole game they've been low. Snaps have been hitting the ground, and I haven't seen once Suchuk and the center get together on the sidelines and try to fix that issue. Not once.
Right. So it's unfortunate right there that the Chaos couldn't do anything on the extra point or the 2-point conversion try, as they left some points there out in the field. However, they did do a good job there tying the game, so it's going to be 20-20 with 3 minutes, 21 seconds left here in the fourth quarter at Benedictine University, as the Chicago Chaos are getting ready to kick off the ball back to the Marauders. You would love to see exactly what the Chaos defensively did on that last drive as they forced the Marauders a 3-and-out from them. They need that again, as the clock is in neither team's favor at the current moment, Sean, but you'd have to think that a little bit of momentum has swung back to the Chaos' side.
Yeah, absolutely, Mike. Especially with that blown coverage on the Marauders side. You feel a little bit of the chaos. You see the sideline. There's not as many people on the bench. They're standing up. They're fired up. So a little bit of momentum swing here. Hopefully the defense can come out and make a big stop, a 3-and-out, and give the offense the ball back.
Yeah, that's exactly what the Chaos defenders are looking for. So here's Kozlowski with the kick. He's going to drive this one deep, and it's going to be right over his head. The returner's head out of the back of the end zone. That is a great kickoff by Kozlowski right there. You have to wonder now, after he boots it like that, why they didn't go for that extra point, Sean.
Listen, if you can kick extra points like that, then they wouldn't have to go for it.
Yeah, I completely agree. It's unfortunate. So let's see how the Marauders come out here with 3 minutes and 20 seconds left here in the game. You'd have to think that they're going to probably come out a little aggressive, Sean. I would, because they don't have much to lose here in this situation, as they also have qualified for the playoffs. Oh, it's the seeding that they're looking for, and they want a better seed. So why not see if they can put some more points on the board and get a W today from the Marauders?
Yeah, I think from both teams at this point, you expect to see some shots down the field. You're just trying to get a W at this point. There's no buys.
Oh, once again,
Carl
Carl Young. Lined up in the I formation there, and Carl Young, number 7, from his outside linebacker position. As you see right here, look at, there he
Watch
comes.
him fly
Wow.
fly through the guard.
He was on a run blitz there, Sean, and he read the play like he was reading a book. Made a tackle in the backfield, so that's going to be a loss of 2 yards there. Carl Young, how about his day today?
He's definitely the defensive player of the game in my eyes for the Chaos.
Yeah, I'd definitely give it to him, too. And the game's not even over. Hopefully we can give it to him on the winning end here tonight, Sean. So the Marauders are huddling up right now. The clock is ticking. They've got about 2:35 left here in the fourth quarter. As they have broken the huddle, they're going to come out in what looks to be the shotgun formation. So 2 wide receivers on the bottom of your screen, 1 on the top, a running back on each side of the quarterback in the shotgun. There might be another false start there. And there it is. Oh, that's a delay of game on the Marauders. So they're not helping themselves out here on this drive, Sean, as a play for loss on the first play, and then immediately a delay of game. So they've lost 7 yards here on basically one play to start this huge drive here at the end of the fourth quarter.
Momentum has totally swung on the favor of the Chaos side.
So again, they're going to come out in the shotgun. 2 wide receivers at the bottom, 2 running backs there. There's some pressure in the middle. Oh wow, he had a wide receiver. Again, there's some good pressure there by the defensive line. That was Adam Nelson, but he had his hands up.
Call the flag.
I think they're going to call roughing the passer. There it is. On Adam Nelson.
What are those hand signals? I've never seen that in my life.
I haven't either.
That is definitely not
I'm going to guess it was
roughing the passer, Mike.
I
that
don't
should
know.
be the call, but we're not getting the right signals.
No, and
here.
as he throws his hat down, not quite sure what he's doing. Just decided to take his hat off. He's going to leave it in the middle of the field over there. Yep, there it is. There's the hat. How do you like that?
Great job by our cameraman and
yeah,
camera
good
women.
job, camera crew out there, helping us out there.
And that's another penalty?
Wow.
This guy is.
Wow.
Give somebody else the white hat.
I'll tell you what, as we talked about all broadcasts, this officiating has been spotty. They've made some very questionable calls from our vantage point. They haven't been very consistent with any of this either. As you have to wonder why they've made some of these calls. It's just unbelievable. I mean, on that punt,
like you got guys out on the field with their helmets off right now.
I mean, it's so confusing. It's really.
What are they talking about?
I'm not sure. It's really a frustrating moment for Chaos players and fans. These referees just really haven't helped at all with some weird calls.
Frustrating for football fans.
I think so too, as some of these plays have been straight football plays, and again the Chaos are getting called penalties.
Here comes the other one into the conversation.
There's the play over there by Quinnell Johnson. When the wide receiver decided to get back up and tried to continue moving when he wasn't touched down, they got a 15-yard personal foul for that one. They got a roughing the passer there on Adam Nelson, which it looked like that was a clean hit. And then the 15-yarder on that punt just a few moments ago, where that looked like a very, very clean hit there by Carl Young. And again, they're calling another 15-yard foul.
I'm pretty sure they called the late hit and the unsportsmanlike.
So that should be 30 yards, is that right? So
the calls would suggest that.
They've only marked off
as you
15.
see a Marauders receiver at the 40 saying,
"Come on down,
come on over here."
Unfortunate series of events, and now they're picking up the ball. They're going to move it down another 15.
I don't think the head official has a clue.
No, and they've had a rough go at it today. As some of the chaos team members are in speechless. I'm speechless myself. I just can't understand it. So the Marauders are going to come out, 2 wide receivers to the bottom of your screen, 1 to the top, 2 running backs in the backfield, in the shotgun quarterback. He's going to hand it off to the running back. He's going to move the ball up about 3 yards.
Another flag? No, they're going to keep it in the pocket.
Oh, no. I mean, it's been pretty normal for them to call silly penalties that aren't there. So it's going to be moved up there to the 44-yard line. So that's going to be the 2-minute warning. And, Sean, it's an unfortunate turn of events there, that 30 yards. I'm not sure if the roughing the passer was the right call, but the unsportsmanlike, I don't agree with that. There was no showing up done by Adam Nelson. He put his arms up.
I think it was on the coach on the sideline, Mike.
Oh. Well, the back judge called it, so I'm not quite sure. Like we said, we're kind of lost for words for those penalties because they're 30 yards on a huge drive here with the game tied and under 3 minutes left as they gave up 30 free yards for the chaos.
You go from a possible 3rd and long,
yeah,
to getting the ball at the 45-yard line
right.
going in.
So
2 minutes to go. I mean, that's a huge turn of events.
Yeah, it's definitely unfortunate for the chaos. Just questionable umpiring, refereeing, however you want to call it. Just the Zebras have not been good today. We probably should put them back in the zoo. So the Marauders are going to come out, 2 wide receivers on the bottom of your screen, 1 to the top, running back on each side of the quarterback. There's the shotgun snap. He's going to give it to his running back. He's going to hit the corner. He might be gone. He's hit the 30, the 25, the 20, the 15. Going to be pushed out right at about the 12-yard line. So again, there's a flag thrown right about the 36. That might be coming back. Let's see what this call is. The Marauders are pointing at the chaos.
Like, I really wish I'd been counting all these flags.
Yeah, I think that we all would have. If we can go back on the replay, there
has to be 40 penalties at least.
There's lots of yardage out there. When you play a game of football, you don't want the referees to
2 flags out there, Mike.
you don't want the referees to take control of the game and create the outcome, but that's exactly what's happened here in the 4th quarter and this entire game. And we're still waiting on the official announcement as to what's going on. There's going to be a hold on the Marauders. So that's going to push them back. It looks like it's still going to be a first down for the Marauders, though, as it looks like they're going to spot the ball on the 46-yard line. And there's another penalty. Oh, okay. I was like, it wouldn't surprise me, Sean, because they're throwing a lot of those flags up there. But again, Toker flags, they sponsor the chaos. If you go over there and get an authentic flag that these umpires have been throwing around all afternoon, a portion of those proceeds go to the Chicago Chaos. So help out the Chaos as they are a nonprofit organization. So it's going to be about a minute and 50 left here in the 4th quarter as the Marauders have a 1st and 10 from the 46-yard line of the Chaos. They're going to come out in a shotgun, 2 wide receivers on the bottom, 1 on the top, 2 running backs on each side. They're going to run the same exact play that they ran, that number 20 had that big play. But again, right there, number 58, that's Jarrett Horace. He's going to make the play and stop that gain for only a positive gain of 2, Sean.
Yeah, and the clock's running. It doesn't look like the Marauders are in a hurry at all, so it may look like they're going to be content into taking this one into overtime.
Yeah, and we'll see. It looked like there, Adam Nelson pointing at the clock, looking
Saying,
over.
Why are we
Are
taking
we
the
just
time out?
Are we just going to let it run? Are we just going to let it run? We're not going to help the offense here if we can create a turnover or anything. So again, the Marauders are going to come out in the same set that they were in the last play. Two wide receivers to the bottom, one to the top, right back on each side of the quarterback.
That's gonna be a false
There's
start.
going to be another penalty. Another penalty. Jeez.
This is just, Mike, I got to be honest, this is just bad football.
Yeah, it's brutal. This is brutal. Again, we have mentioned that the referees shouldn't really be having an impact on the game like this. But, Sean, they are. They probably outgained both teams with flags here today, which is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, and listen, you can't blame them for the false starts, a false start penalty, because that's
Exactly.
You know,
that's on the
that's not a
offensive
perception
lines,
call or an interpretation call. But all these other horrible calls, I'm going to blame them.
Yeah, I'm going to too. So again, the Marauders are going to come out in the same formation. Two wide receivers to the top, one in the bottom, one in the top in the shotgun. He's going to throw over the middle. There's a interception by number
Valenti.
2, Mike Valenti. He's going to take it down the 45, the 50. He's about there at the 50. Wow, what a huge play by Mike Valenti, number 2, the strong safety, a 6 foot, 210-pound player out of Schaumburg. And it looks like some of the Chaos team members are talking with the umpires. Is there another flag out there, Sean?
I guess so.
Wow. All right, so they're trying to pump up the
Interception is
crowd.
Still going to count, I believe.
Yeah, that's Josh Arrington pumping up the crowd down over there. He's
Mike, and before the game, we were walking the sidelines, and one of Valenti's teammates asked him, "How many picks are you going to get, Valenti?" Valenti said 2.
yeah, he
Well,
did say 2.
He got 1.
He's halfway there. Well done, Mike. Good job there by reading that play and stepping in front of it. You like what they've done, and again, now when Adam Nelson took a look and pointed at the clock, that's looming large, Sean, as they missed some valuable time here. They do have 2 timeouts. I'm sorry, they have 3. They have all of their timeouts here with 46 seconds left in the game. So let's see how the Chaos offense comes out and responds after that big turnover by Mike Valenti. Again, they're going to come out 2 wide receivers on each side, right back to the left of Suchuk in the shotgun. There's the snap. He's got a clean pocket. He's moving up. He's taking off. He's hit the 40. He's going to hit the 42, 43-yard line. They're going to take a timeout to stop the clock with 34 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. So you have to wonder, Sean, by not kicking that extra point, do you think that if they get close enough into field goal range, they'll give it a shot and let Kozlowski come out there to try to win the game?
I mean, you have to, right? I mean, you got to give him a shot. If you get down there, if you get down to about the 20, 25 yard line, you got to put him on the field and just give him a shot. There's only 30 seconds left, so yeah, I would think that they'd put him out there just to give him a shot.
Yeah, so there's going to be 39 seconds here left in the fourth quarter. As the Chaos are huddling up, they need to make a big play here to move the ball into a range where Kozlowski feels comfortable to try and attempt a game-winning field goal. So they've broken the huddle. They're going to come out straight out to the line here of scrimmage. And let's see what kind of play they've drawn up out of the timeout, as you have to figure that they're going to try to get a big chunk of yards. So that's going to be Nate Camo in the backfield with Suchuk. So 2 wide receivers on each side of the formation in the shotgun. And there's the snap. Suchuk's got a clean pocket. He's looking, scrambling to the right a little bit. He's going to move around. He's moving, looking. He's setting his feet. He's throwing it deep. He's got Brockman back there. Did he catch it? Oh, no. Oh, wow. It looked like Brockman had a chance to catch that, which would have put the Chaos in field goal range. But as you look on the replay, just couldn't quite haul it in.
No, it was kind of a duck. It floated up there a little bit. Brockman was behind the defenders.
Sure was.
Suchuk just couldn't get enough on it.
Yeah, another broken play there, Sean, and Suchuk tried to make what best he could. Unfortunately, He couldn't quite get a good spiral on there. I think if he got a little bit more of a spiral, like you said, Brockman had already gotten past the DBs, and he probably could have scored a touchdown if he had a decent throw there. So unfortunate turn of events there, but the Chaos still retain the ball. 3rd and 5 from the 43-yard line.
You see the Marauders coach again,
He's
all the way out on the field.
Yeah, he's way out
Is
there.
I thought that was a penalty there. Am
That
I
probably
wrong?
should be a penalty, but exactly. As we've seen this evening, they're calling some weird stuff out there. So again, the Chaos are going to come out, 2 wide receivers on each side, a running back to the right of Suchuk in the shotgun. There's the snap. He's going to roll to the right. He's looking. He stops. He's looking. He throws. He's got his man hit the 45, at the 40. That's going to be a first down. They're going to have to call another timeout real quick. That's going to be 13 seconds left on the clock here. The ball's going to be spotted about the 39-yard line. So the Chaos have 1 timeout left. Sean, as the offensive coordinator, as you're huddling with the offense.
Is there a flag on the field, Mike?
Oh, yeah, there is right over there by the 40. There is a flag. So let's see what this call is.
Roughing the passer.
Oh, yeah. The Chaos will definitely take that, as that's going to move the ball up another 15 yards. So again, something that we talked about just a few moments ago, Sean. The referees shouldn't have this big of an impact on the outcome of the game, but they seem to have made that impact.
Yeah, I can't deny that, Mike. I feel like they've controlled the game from the get-go, and
They did. The Chaos's defense,
absolutely.
they didn't play very well, but again, that was aided by
like we
some of these weird penalties too, though.
Like we've said, you can't blame the referees and the officials for the false starts and things of that nature. But these
What?
late hits.
Wow, I do not like this call here. I do not know, but the
Timeout.
Chaos just took a timeout. Yeah, exactly. It was their final timeout. This is questionable coaching right there, as they had 13 seconds, and if they had that timeout, Sean, they could have thrown a play in the middle of the field. Now this limits them to only going to the sidelines.
It's clearly a mistake, Mike. They definitely didn't want to take their last time out with 13 seconds left. Of course, they're not going to try to push the ball into the end zone here. I mean, they're still sitting at, the 25, so they're not in the red zone yet. Like you said, they're going to have to take a
Kozlowski's just kind of
walking around.
wandering right around the 45-yard line, wondering if he's going to get an opportunity to win this game, as one of the coaches has come over to talk to him.
You better put your helmet on.
Yeah, you better start giving some kicks to warm up there to make sure that you're ready to go, especially if they can get a play here to the sideline and get out of bounds with a couple ticks left on the clock. So the Chaos are going to come out of this timeout. Looks to be Nate Camo again back there with Zuchuk. 2 wide receivers on each side of the formation in the shotgun. There's the snap. It's going to be a low one. He's bobbled around. Suchuk's going to have to make something out of nothing again. He's looking. He's throwing deep. He's just throwing up a prayer. There's going to be 4 seconds left here on the clock. As again, that timeout looms large, and again, a bad snap, Sean.
Yeah, we've seen it all day long, the snaps, and I don't understand why they haven't got on the sidelines together and rectified this issue. They've had all game to fix this problem, and they've done nothing to do it.
Exactly, Sean. And in pregame, you noticed that the center was snapping the ball weird. Could you kind of explain our viewers to what you saw during pregame?
Yeah, usually when you're center and you're snapping the ball, usually you have your fingers on the laces or, somewhere around the ball. He had his palm on the tip of the ball, and he was flipping it back to Suchuk. So not only does that take time away from the snap, but now the quarterback's getting the ball, and he has to adjust the ball to a throwing position.
Yeah, exactly. So a little bit weird by the center. So again, they're going to come out, trips to the top, solo wide receiver to the bottom of your screen, to running back to the left of Suchuk in the shotgun. And there's the snap. He's looking. That's the clock.
Oh, he drops
Wow.
the ball.
Brackman dropped it to get a game-winning touchdown in the end zone. If you take a look at the replay, Sean, what happened here?
He just flat out dropped it. Suchuk, listen, he throws the ball up. Brackman's one of the biggest guys on the field. He gives him a chance to go up and get in. Just
Look at that.
hits him right in the hands.
Look at that. You know, that's unfortunate, as the Chaos had opportunities there to win the game. But
Did the clock run out? Yes.
yeah, it did. That was the last play, as there was only 4 ticks left on the clock at the beginning of that play. So it does look like we're going to be going into overtime here, as the Chaos and the Midway Marauders through 4 quarters are looking at a 20-20 tie. So we're going to go into overtime, as it looks like the coaches are convening out there, which you don't normally see at the beginning of an overtime, Sean.
No, Mike, you don't normally see coaches in the middle of the field during a play as well.
That is true.
We've seen a lot of things that we haven't seen.
Yeah, it looks like the referees are kind of letting people do whatever they want to do, and then throwing flags for everything.
I don't know what's
basically.
going on, Mike. There's 4 players out there. There's 4 coaches, 4 officials.
Yeah, that's an interesting sight to see. As you can see on the screen, I'm not sure why they're out there, what's going on. Typically just the captains go out there and partake in the overtime coin toss, but it seems like whoever wanted to go out there is out there, Sean.
We got a guy that doesn't even have pads on out there, Mike.
Yeah, well, seems pretty normal here.
I'm going to
today.
take a walk down there, see what's going on.
Okay, Sean. We got a wireless mic for you. We'll get a little
Let's
report.
go Hawk Harrelson.
little Hawk Harrelson. I'll be Steve Stone. You can leave me here in the booth.
You take over.
Solo.
I gotta get down there.
Yeah, Sean, you probably should run over there to the locker room and find out what's going on.
I gotta see what's happening.
But some of the players, that's Jarrell Johnson Blaylark, as he's walking back to the sideline. That looks like that's Nick Olson there.
With his pads off?
Yeah, it looks like his day is done.
Well, that's not good for the Chaos.
Yeah, no, it's not. That's unfortunate. He's tried to battle through. He had a little injury a few weeks ago. He had been lifting and felt a little twinge in his lower back when they played the Waukesha Raiders. So he wasn't full strength there. It looked like he might have been full strength today, but unfortunately during today's game, looks like he injured his right leg. And so I think they're giving him the evening off.
And this is the right move, Mike, if you're the Chaos. Obviously, you've got nothing to gain, nothing to lose. You're in that 3rd spot going into the playoffs. You don't want anything further to happen to your defensive star right here. So you sit him out, get him right for next week into the playoffs, and go from there.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say that that's the wrong answer, Sean. I do think that health is a major part right now, especially with the playoffs beginning next week. So, you know, as Nick Olson is one of the leaders, as he's still kind of grabbing that right leg as he's walking around, as he is one of the unquestioned leaders here for the Chaos. You do want him at full strength, or as close to full strength as possible, for the stretch run here, for them to try to defend their GFL crown once again. So again, we'll go over real quick how the overtime works. It's not like the NFL. It's basically college rules. You get alternating possessions starting at the 25-yard line. So it looks like the Chaos have won the toss, so they're going to defer to the second possession as the Marauders are going to come out for their first possession of this overtime. Looks like they're going to come out in a shotgun with 2 wide receivers to the bottom, 1 to the top. Looks like 2 running backs in the backfield, 1 on each side of the quarterback. Watch for number 20, as they've run A little counter action there. He's running over the right tackle. So let's see what the Marauders end up doing here on that first play. And there's a snap. It's going to be a low one again. I told you they give it to number 20.
Nice. Oh,
And
guess
who, once
There goes
again,
that man again.
wow, he has had one heck of a game. That's number 7, Carl Young. We seem like we're talking about him every play, Sean.
Right now, I mean, on the defensive end, you could say that right now he's giving them everything.
Yeah, he's picking up the slack. He knows that Nick Olson's on the sideline with his pads off. So someone had to step up at that linebacking core, and Nick Olson has got to be happy for his teammate out there, Carl Young, as he's put on quite a performance here this afternoon. So a no gain, a loss of 1. There's a bad snap. Oh, yes, that's big time there for the Chaos. As that snap was low, the quarterback for the Marauders made the smart move by just jumping on it. So they're going to lose a big chunk of yardage. They're going to be put back down at the 38-yard line. The 37, I'm sorry. Wow, what a turn of events there, Sean.
That's huge for the Chaos defense, Mike. Snaps on both sides we've seen have just been way under par.
Very much so. The centers are having a rough day today. You have to wonder why, as there has been no rain. It's nice and warm, so the field turf here at Benedictine University should be nice and dry. So you have to wonder what's going on with the snaps. Maybe it's just a contagious thing while they're out there, Sean. So again, they're going to come out. They got a man in motion, so trips to the top, 1 to the bottom, a running back to the right of the quarterback in the shotgun. There's the snap. He's getting a little pressure there by Nelson. He's going to throw it up deep. Oh, wow. That's going to be intercepted right there by Silk Roan Jr. Marvin Roan Jr., number 15, with a big play right there. And as we talked about, he might have gotten burned for that 1 touchdown, but he still played a great game, Sean.
Absolutely. He just made up for it there, Mike. The Chaos now have a chance to end this game and put it behind them and go towards the playoffs next week. Possible matchup with the Swarm.
Yeah, so Sean, now I'm going to put you in the offensive coordinator's shoes. You've stopped the Marauders on their first possession. What are you looking to do here on this drive to end this game and not give the Marauders a chance with the ball again?
To be honest, Mike, just me thinking here, I might take a shot in the first play.
Okay.
I might try to get them off guard on the first play here, take a shot at the end zone, see what happens. But the protection, we know, hasn't been that great today. So hopefully the offensive line can hold up here and give Suchut some time to set his feet and deliver the ball down the field.
Yeah, I'm going to disagree with you on this one, Sean. I'm going to run the ball. And I'd run it 3 times and see where I end up. If I'm 4th and short, I'm running it again. So again, they're going to come out 2 wides on each side, running back to the left of Suchuk. He's looking. He's throwing to the right side. He's got his man. So I was wrong. Sean, you were right. Well done there. They didn't take that shot, but they're going to get a first down is what it looks like, as Brockman tiptoed the sideline and got out, got about 11 yards, 12 yards there on that first down play. So they're going to spot the ball there on the 14-yard line. So
That's
great play, Sean.
Huge call coming off that last possession when Brockman dropped the ball to get him another one, get him some confidence going in, possibly for a game-winning drive right here is huge.
Completely agree with that. You got to get your best player some confidence back after he misplayed that one to end the game in regulation. So again, 2 wide receivers on each side, running back to the right of Suchuk in the shotgun. There's the snap. He's going to give it there to Camo. Camo's running up the middle. He's moving. He's going to be close to the goal line. He's right at the 1. They're going to spot him at the 1. So again, big time run by Nate Camo. Well done there. So it looks like, hold on. They've got another injured player for the Marauders. As I was wondering why the coaches for the Chaos are sprinting out there, but they just went out there to check on one of the Marauder players as he got up a little bit slow. That's some good sportsmanship right there, Sean, by the Chaos coaches there.
Yeah, they've been running out there all night, Mike, to help some guys out, and that's what you want to see from teams. You know what I mean? It's your home. This is your home field, and you want to be good hosts. You want to be able to go out there and take care of the people that are unfortunately injured.
Yeah, yeah. So here's the next play. There's gonna be a snap. They're gonna give it to Camo. Camo is in.
And
That's it. That's the game. Touchdown Chaos. That's gonna be the end of this one. They made huge plays at the end of the game to do exactly what they needed to do to come away with another win here to continue their road to getting another championship. I mean, they've got quite a thing going on here for the Chaos, as they're gonna win. They're gonna pull this one out in overtime, 26-20. Sean, as we're gonna recap the game real fast, I'm pretty sure I know who's your player of the game, because he's probably the same guy that I'd pick. Sean, who are you gonna go with this evening?
There's no doubt about it, Mike. Carl Young. Carl Young was a beast on the defensive end for the Chaos, and without him, you got to wonder where they'd be at the end of this game right now. He held them in the game. The injury to Nick Olson as well. He just gave them that other dimension on the defensive end. He was all over the field tonight for the Chaos.
Yep, I'm going to go with the same guy. That's number 7, outside linebacker. Again, Carl Young, 5'9", 220 pounds from Orr High School. He was all over the field today, making plays all throughout the game. And like you mentioned also, especially with Nick Young, I'm sorry, not Nick Young, with Nick Olson going down with that injury, for one of his linebacker buddies to step up and make big plays, which when you lose that leader of the defense, someone else has to do it. They always preach in football, next man up, because injuries happen. It's part of the game. And as you can see tonight, that's exactly what happened here for the Chaos and the defense. So again, they had Carl Young step up huge, especially late in the game when they needed it. He made the plays right there in overtime to put the Marauders in not so good position. Of course, that bad snap didn't help, Sean, but at the end of the day, they came out with a W. They did everything that they needed to do to get it, and they're going to go home happy, which is exactly what we want to see, Sean. Any parting words that we have here?
You know what, Mike? They just got to clean a few things up going into the playoffs. Going in 7-2, you got to be happy to get the W here, but the way they played for the Chaos was disappointing. They got to clean up the penalties going into the playoffs. Hopefully, when they do clean up the penalties into the playoffs, they'll be going for another championship.
Exactly, Sean. We'd love to see that. Once again, the Chicago Chaos defeat the Midway Marauders 26-20 in overtime here at Benedictine University. For Sean Friedberg, I'm Michael Chen. Thank you very much, our director, Chris Labasco, and of course, our camera crew. Chicago Chaos, once again, comes out a winner, 26-20 over the Midway Marauders here on SportsTownChicago.com. Have a good evening, everybody.